guys, Jess and Davey here from TrueTry.com, and today we want to show you a quick bicycle checkup. We just took a road trip and our bikes are hash. They're so beat up and neither one of us want to ride them in this condition. So today we're going to show you a really quick ABC checkup.
Yeah, so first things first, what are we going to need for this? You're going to need an air pump for a bicycle, a multi-tool, little tool that has everything you need on there, some chain lubricant, and a towel, or a dirty old rag, and possibly a brush. This comes in handy when cleaning the chain. Now, I like to put my bike up on a rack where I can reach it easily, so I put it on the bike carrier here. But you can always simply just flip it upside down to work on your bike, and that works fine too. Like just said, we have the ABCs to help you remember, which stand for
A, air in the tires.
Air in the tires.
B is for brakes. C stands for chain. And at the end, we're going to do one complete safety check.
Cool.
Okay.
If you can make a dent in your tire, you're definitely going to need some air in there. And you can find on the sidewall right here, it says inflation pressure 125 psi. Don't be afraid to pump it up to max capacity. You're not going to pop your tire. Boom! Next, we'll adjust the brakes. What you're going to want to do is start by squeezing each brake lever and make sure that there is a good gap and that the brakes feel firm. If there's not a gap right here and this goes all the way to the handlebars, you'll probably need to adjust the brake calipers.
You want a gap in between the brake and the handlebar. Like that one goes way too far. Not good.
If your brake lever goes too far, what you're going to have to do is loosen this nut right here, take out some of the slack on your brake line to tighten it up. It might take a little adjustment, but you'll figure out how to do it. See how her brake pad is crooked right there? It's actually wearing out the side of her tire. Not good, Jess. So what we'll do is loosen this up, and we need to make sure that the brake pad seats flat against the side of the rim. What I'll do is I'll line it up perfectly, tighten it down, and then test it by pulling the brakes. Much better.
Perfect. Thanks, Davey. You want to make sure your brake has a significant amount of rubber on it. If the rubber's worn away, you just want to get some new brakes. C is for the chain, and you want to make sure your chain is clean. If there's a lot of rust on it, you probably want to get a new chain. But if it's just dirty and grimy, all you got to do is clean it up. We're going to use some lubricant to make sure the chain is flowing really well. So what you want to do is pedal backwards.
That's forward.
That's forward. Backwards so the tires don't move. And get your little can of lubricant, and for the first time you just want to wipe off the chain with the towel.
If you have a lot of sand and junk in there, that's where this brush really comes in handy. Yuck.
Then you just want to take your can of lubricant and put the towel under it and just drip it on as you pedal backwards, not forward. That'll make sure your chain is flowing and that it can shift gears easily. So the last thing you want to do is a complete safety check. First thing you want to do is make sure the stem of the bike, which is this right here, is nice and tight and in place. And the way you do that is you put the tire between your legs and hold it there and just wiggle it. If it doesn't move, then you're golden. But if it does, there's a little nut up here. Just use your multi-tool and tighten it up. Make sure you check all these bolts Make sure they're nice and tight so your handlebars are not flying off. Also, check your battery on your speedometer. Make sure it's working. Mine is not, so I probably need to just get a new battery. Next, you want to check that your handlebars are good and tight so they're not rotating around on you. All you do is put some pressure on the bike. Make sure you're not slipping around. Good. Last thing you want to do is check your seat. Just give it oh, I would fly off and die if I sat on that seat. So you want to just tighten up the little nut right here and tighten up your seat and raise it to the level that is your level. So there you have it for your ABC safety check.
Check out 2try.com for more bike tip videos. See you next time.
Have a good ride.